to praise you like I should.
So it is currently Thursday afternoon. It's about 5 p.m. and it is raining, as always in London. Water is wet. But I was just talking to my dear friend Rocky. About doing a shoot. And a lot of y'all actually asked me, how do I reach out to models to do shoots? And genuinely, it really is just me messaging them like, yo, let's do a shoot. And then I'll send them a concept. But this time around, I didn't have a concept. So Rocky and I were just brainstorming, throwing some ideas around, and we were talking about the strikes going on in Hollywood and how messed up that whole situation is because she's an actor. And then I began to tell her about some of my experiences with AI because I'm quite anti-AI. Like, I feel like there is a role for it in our world for sure, but I've seen enough of Armageddon movies to know that I don't want to mess with it. Like, I'm a huge fan of Sony's AI autofocus chip in the A7R5. Oh my God. But yeah, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of AI. So we started talking about this idea of how almost dystopian this world is coming to and how AI is taking over. So that's kind of when an idea popped into my head and a concept began to form. Right, guys, so I've just spent the last couple of hours doing this little sketch. I like to do mock-ups for the model and whatever crew I may have to help them see what I see, and it just helps me translate the idea from my mind onto paper a bit more. So without further ado, let's just delve into the shot itself. So I had this idea of making it look like a behind-the-scenes photo of a real movie being made. And they're kind of in between takes, they're on their break, so the camera's resetting, the actors are going back to their original positions, etc, etc. And then you've got the main leading woman, played by Rocky, in the center of the frame. And she's looking hella confused, because she just can't make any sense of the script she's been given. Because lo and behold, it was written by ChatGPT. So she's looking confused. And then in the background, you've got these faceless, headless figures. And they're meant to be AI-generated actors who aren't even there in real life. And then there's this one dude who is there in real life, but he's putting on a green screen mask because his face is going to be replaced by a de-aged Harrison Ford, for example. I don't know. And then in the foreground, you've got the director who's looking at the screen and it says generative fill loading. So it's meant to be a surreal dystopian look into what the movie industry or movie sets could look like in a couple years. Actually, probably not even that. I'm sure a lot of them already look like this now, where we've had green screen technology and of course virtual production sets like The Mandalorian for a couple years now. But I wanted to show that now it's gotten to the point where even the actors are generated, even the actors are fake. The scripts are fake, where the directors and the DOPs are probably less focused on the actors in front of them now and more focused on the CG guy's laptop screen. I've got this monitor in the front that's showing generative fill, rendering face, etc, etc. But yeah, this is the idea so far. So obviously there's quite a lot of stuff to prep. We have to get a location, studio equipment, all the camera gear, extras, directors, monitors, etc, etc. So there's a lot of stuff to do in the next couple of days if I do want to do this next week. The studio and the equipment will make or break this image. Like, it needs to look like a legit movie set. It needs to look populated with movie gear, with cinema gear, and it can't just be like, you know, an FX30 or like an A7R. It needs to be like big cameras. I want like ARRI lights. I want like, I don't know, a red camera with like dollies and hella diffusers and flags and whatnot. So I put out an Instagram feeler being like, yo, do I know any movie production companies? I've just spoken to a couple that did reach out. So I'm intrigued to see like if they can help out and make it a reality.
So in a couple hours, I'm going to meet up with Rocky, who's going to be the model on Monday. And then we're going to go to Dalston Costume Studio together to see if we can pull some pieces to use on the shoot. You guys never know how much effort, time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears goes into these images.
Look at this dude! Look at this dude!
Okay, alright, now we're not freaking doing Captain America.
Right, so the fitting went really well. We got some really cool props, we got some cool weapons. Now I just need to figure out the cast for Monday. So I'm probably gonna have to put out an Instagram feeler, ask some good friends. In fact, that's kind of my usual modus operandi, which is whenever I have a shoot and I need like a big cast, I'll just ask friends to come through. A little nervous, obviously. I always am before a shoot, but I think a little bit of nervousness is good. It'll help me perform a little better. So yeah, gonna have an early night today, early night tomorrow, prep for the shoot. Hope for the best.
We've come a long, long way together, through the hard times and the good. I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you like I should.
Right, so this is our setup right now. Okay, so Rocky's gonna be here. Okay, and she's gonna be looking at the script, she's gonna be like that. Then the background actors are all going to be dotted around. Go all the way back, sorry. Yeah. Act like you're a robot on standby, like a puppet on standby. You're like robots, you're androids almost. Okay, so you're legit just there like, so Rocky's gonna be around here, okay? Maybe, so one here maybe. Very good, this, very good. Okay, good. Okay, be in character. Yeah. And then kind of keep your body facing me, but like your head slightly turned, kind of like that, and then you're looking hella confused. Or yeah, gesturing with it, yeah. Just kind of be like, yeah, just be like, imagine this, man. That's good, bombastic side eye. Yeah, so let's get a couple more of those small little spotlight things. It's a wrap, baby. We're done. Boom. I'm out of here. Peace out. A-Town. Huge shout out to my friend Eduardo here. He has this amazing spot with all the cinema gear, all the studio. So none of this would have been possible without him reaching out, being like, yo, let's work together. So big up to you, to Interlude.
to Yellow Cactus.
That's right.
Boom. So check them out, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in Stoke Newington, best studio around.
It's been a pleasure, surreal experience. Bring everyone on board for this. Like, seriously, can't wait to see what comes out of it.
Yeah. What's good, guys? So it is now the 9th of August. Sunny day in London, which is quite rare. But it's been over a week since the photo shoot. And after about, I want to say, a week of non-stop compositing, I have finally finished compositing in all the elements and all the changes and whatnot. But yeah, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the composite looks like. So this is without my colors, without my edit, without my color grade, etc., etc. This is just me adding stuff in. So as you can see, I've replaced the entire background with one of these LED virtual production sets, like The Mandalorian. And I pretty much just looked at a behind the scenes photo of The Mandalorian and I just kind of recreated it. So I just created these rectangular shapes on Photoshop and then kind of made a curve and then just added in all these little LED dots that you can see. Now, obviously in real life, you probably wouldn't see these LED dots on these sets just because that would kind of look like ass. But in this case, rather than it being realistic, I wanted it to look good and wanted it to be quite obvious to the viewer what's happening here. So sometimes you just need to make these executive decisions of, does it look realistic or is it meant to serve the story a little bit? And I think in this case, it's okay to bend reality just a little bit to make the LED screen extra obvious. So I've added in the rendering bar in the back. I've replaced the actors' heads as per the concept, poor guys. Added in some wires for the puppets, so that's pretty cool. I've added in this giant kind of diffusion at the very, very top. This I just got from a stock image. And again, it's just to help make the set look more expansive and more legit. And then obviously I've added in all these little laptop screens in the corner, and these are basically showing the faces of these actors being replaced, again, as per the concept. I legit just kind of created this like fake kind of face replacement software where half the screen, I legit just got a screenshot of Midjourney and then just added in random generated faces and then added in a progress bar. And then on this screen is ChatGPT, lol, because the director has asked ChatGPT to write the script. I'm just hella excited to finally be able to start color grading this, make it look like a Seb Xavier image. This is where my style comes in and the image really comes to life in my eyes. So this is actually my favorite part. Hey guys, so it is currently the 13th and I think I'm about 90% of the way done with the main image. So happy about that for sure, but I've decided to take a step away from it for a little bit, freshen my eyes, get a new perspective after some sleep or something. So I've started work on the secondary image, which is the fake poster for the movie. And essentially the idea is for it to look like a work in progress by the illustrator who's been commissioned for the job. Kind of like, again, another behind the scenes look almost is made to look like, oh, it's still being illustrated, but the illustrator hasn't been given the final rendered images for the actors' faces because they're all AI generated. So he's gone ahead and drawn Rocky, the only live human actor on set, or in the movie at least, and he's done like the bodies of the AI actors, but he's still waiting on their final faces to be delivered. So, I don't know, I just feel like, one, of course, in the future, the illustrator is probably gonna be replaced by AI. Sucks. But let's say in this case, there is a real life illustrator, but he's still at the mercy of AI, which is very much the story. So I went to ChatGPT and I legit said, come up with a title for an action film that has space samurais in action. And it came up with Galactic Ronin, Sword of the Stars. I don't know about you, but that sounds freaking lit. So I'm running with it. Galactic Ronin, Sword of the Stars is the title of our film. It's gonna say a ChatGPT film at the very top. So it's kind of fitting that the title was generated from ChatGPT. Hey guys, it is the 16th of August, roughly 2 weeks since I had the idea, 2 weeks since I started this video, and at long last, I think the images are ready. The images are done, they're completed, they're ready to be shown to the world. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the final result. I'm so happy with how the final images look. But above all else, I'm just really happy that I got to document this whole journey. This is exactly why I started this YouTube channel. I wanted to show y'all the entire process, from the conceptualization, to the storyboard, to the pre-prod, the shoot, the editing, to the final delivery of the image. And none of this would have been possible without the amazing humans that were involved and helped me create this. Pre-prod took 4 days. That's a record, that's crazy. I've never had a shoot, or I never had a concept and then in 4 days was able to shoot it, at least a big one. And none of that would have been possible without Rocky, who was obviously the main star, and this whole idea stemmed from our conversation, and Ed, who saw my Instagram story, DM'd me and was like, I've got the studio, I've got the equipment, let's just create. And it made me feel so grateful. It made me feel like, yo, humans are freaking amazing. We were all just creatives who wanted to tell a story together. And that was beautiful. And then there was Adam, Izzy, all the friends and extras who showed up on the shoot last minute, because again, it was done in 4 days. Casting, everything was done in 4 days. So that was just a moment of like, we made this, we did this. And now, here at the end, it's just been an amazing experience. I know I've said amazing a lot of times, but it's the only word I can think of right now. It was freaking lit. It was just such a blast to get to shoot with your friends, to work with your friends, to make new friends, make new connections. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I don't think this will be a regular occurrence because filming every day for 2 weeks, filming every step was a bit long. The editing, the color grading, it's been so much fun doing that as well, and I love doing this, but just saying, I don't think I'll do this for every shoot. It'll probably be for bigger concepts, but let me know in the comments below if you want to see more of these videos, if you liked the concept, if you like the final images. I really hope you do. And yeah, as always, I've been your boy Seb. Peace. I'll see you next week.
It's a wrap. 2 weeks.
2 weeks of filming every day. It's done. It's done, Mr. Frodo. Oh, Sam.